Hi, this is Brent Rhymes, CEO of WolfePak Software, and welcome to WolfePak Wednesdays, a weekly webcast series that highlights the latest developments at WolfePak. The goal of WolfePak Wednesdays is to improve communication with our customers and our prospective customers. Each week, we'll cover topics such as new product releases, issues that impact the oil and gas industry, and we'll even take some time to do a little product training. Some weeks we'll host a live Q&A session with the WolfePak Wednesday panelists. We're posting these videos on WolfePak's YouTube channel. To find us, simply go to YouTube and search for WolfePak. Once you found us, please click on the subscribe button so that you'll get notifications each time we post a new video. And if you like a video, please click the like icon down at the bottom. And with that, we'll get started with this week's edition of WolfePak Wednesdays. Well, welcome to WolfePak Wednesday, episode 8. And this week we have a special topic to discuss, which is WolfePak's recent acquisition of the Welltrax and fleet management product lines from Welltrax. And to join me to discuss it is Nick Giometti, the former Chief Product Officer at Welltrax and the new General Manager of the Welltrax product line here at WolfePak. So Nick, not only welcome to WolfePak Wednesdays, but welcome to the pack.
Hey, thanks so much, Brent. Really appreciate it. And obviously the entire Welltrax team is so excited to be a part of WolfePak now.
Well, we are absolutely thrilled to have the team on board and to have all that great talent in the Welltrax product team. So, Nick, we always like to start out these webcasts by picking on our guests and making them tell us a little bit about their background. And I usually go and steal their picture off of LinkedIn. So tell us a little bit about you. Tell us your background and how you got involved with the Welltrax product.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I grew up in the North Shore in Chicago. Before I went off to Villanova University to get my MIS degree. After I graduated, I spent about 10 years in corporate retail in a variety of supply chain and buying leadership roles. And then my wife actually got a position at L Brands here in Columbus, Ohio. So I decided to take a little breather, and I was going to go back and get my MBA at Ohio State. So started off that. And in the middle of that, a business opportunity presented itself to start up a crude oil trucking company. So literally got in my car, drove down to Texas, literally bought 2 trucks, 2 trailers, got a contract, and built that company up from about 2 trucks up to 80.
Wow.
And it was a crazy, crazy ride. And so obviously we expanded operations into multiple different oil fields, but what the challenge that we faced was that as we were sort of using one of our competitor systems and we were using that platform, but we had about 20 different spreadsheets that we had to use to make the whole operation, streamlined and working properly. So we sort of said, hey, we got to look for an alternative solution out there. So we looked at all the products that were on the marketplace. And either if it was, functionality wasn't there or if the price was too high to get in, we decided, hey, let's go take a look to see if maybe we can create our own software. And so in a roundabout way, I met up with Vinny, who's the CEO of Welltrax, and we decided to do a joint venture. So I left the trucking company and started Welltrax to design sort of a full and robust platform called Welltrax to obviously help a crude oil trucking fleet manage their operation.
Wow, yeah, I tell you, every time I see somebody running their business on a spreadsheet, that's just a new product idea. And the fact is that you actually were, you had the best possible view of it, right? You were actually running a substantial crude hauling business. So you got a front row seat of what that software should do in order to meet the business needs of a crude hauler.
That's exactly right, Brent. And was fortunate is obviously we started out so small that I sat in all the seats, so I did invoice payroll, I did dispatch, I did compliance, HR hiring, so all of it. So definitely had all the knowledge to be able to figure out, all right, this is exactly how the platform needs to be built out so that it works for the end user.
Well, we've covered some of this already, but maybe, in terms of going over some of the key dates for the development of the Welltrax product.
Yeah, absolutely. So, back in, we started off designing the architecture and the layout in about 2014. And that sort of continued us into early 2016, where we got our first customer, Ace Gathering. And Ace Gathering is still with us today. And so they actually started out with only 8 trucks. They've built their operation up over 80, 90 trucks. So it's actually been a great ride with them to see them expand their operation, continue to leverage the Welltrax platform, to build out their operation. And we started off just in crude oil. And so obviously in February of 2016, that's when the oil market crashed. And so it went from $100 down to 28. And so you can imagine selling into a lot of these trucking companies was really challenging. And so as we were having those conversations with a variety of fleets, we began to realize that there were other commodities that had a very similar logistical model to crude oil. And so we decided to expand into other bulk commodities like water, sand, chemicals, NGLs, and so on. And so we expanded that functionality to be able to handle all bulk commodity fleets. And as we continue to grow that operation, obviously we needed more employees. And so in 2018, we opened up our office here in Columbus, Ohio. We added 24/7, 365 support. We offered a project deployment team. We hired some additional developers. And then obviously, as we continue to expand the platform, we had to migrate away from Flash to HTML5, and obviously expand on our mobile capabilities. So it's really been an excellent ride. And obviously, we've really been spending a lot of time and effort in the development of the platform to build out all the modules that a trucking company needs.
Very good. Well, we've touched around this, but maybe it's time to spend a little bit of time just talking about what Welltrax does. Maybe highlight some of the things that it does really well.
Absolutely. So obviously, from the upstream standpoint, crude oil trucking companies are dealing with the pumper. And so those pumpers are going out to the wells. They're seeing if the oil quality is okay, if there's a load there or not. And then they're calling that into to the crude oil trucking company, either by phone call, by email, or they're entering into their system. And so when the crude oil trucking company obviously gets that load, they can build that within Welltrax so they can track all their open loads. And then the dispatchers obviously will identify all the driver schedules on who's working, who's not working. And so they'll dispatch all those open loads out to the drivers. We have an assisted dispatch like route optimization tool that helps dispatchers figure out which loads are the best loads to give to each driver to maximize loaded miles and minimize deadhead, which obviously is a critical KPI within the bulk industry. So once the dispatchers give out those loads, they can send out driver shift emails. They can send out notifications to the drivers so those drivers know they have loads assigned to them for the following day. And then when the drivers show up at the truck in the morning, we have a mobile device. It's an Android-based application that the drivers will log into. They'll see all of the loads that are assigned to them for the day. And we have a very streamlined workflow that the drivers follow. So they'll start off with their first load. They'll get driving directions to the location. They'll enter in all of the information they need to gather at the pickup location or the lease site. And then they'll be able to print out a run ticket that they can leave a copy of a bill of lading. The moment that they depart that pickup location, all of that data is sent back to the portal. And so dispatchers have live visibility to exactly where every driver is across every single load they have. So, from a dispatcher standpoint, they have full visibility to the entire fleet where everyone is. So as you know, Brent, you get phone calls all day from pumpers on, hey, where's your driver at? My well's about to overflow. And so dispatchers have that full visibility to be able to see exactly where they are and when they're going to get there. So then obviously after, dispatch is completed for the day, we have an entire reporting and analytical tool with business intelligence. You can also handle all of your DVIRs, vehicle maintenance, fuel, compliance manager in there. And then obviously when it comes to invoicing and payroll, we have a seamless workflow as well. So the moment that ticket data is back within Welltrax, you can build out various rate sheets. You can build out customized forms for all of the various values that you're going to, obviously ask your customers to invoice off of or have your driver settlements for. And then you can create the cover sheets, Excel backups for those, and then send those off to your customers.
Wow, that's impressive. Very comprehensive, and just one of the things that really attracted us to the Welltrax product. But it goes beyond just crude haul, right? As you mentioned, in 2016, you guys made a serious move to diversify. So what are some of the other commodities that Welltrax handles?
Yeah, for sure, Brent. Yeah, so we can handle really any bulk commodity. So we have water haulers, we have sand haulers, chemical, NGLs, dairy haulers, aggregate. I mean, it's what's exciting, Brent, is that we will, our sales team will make phone calls out to these various bulk commodity haulers. And for products that we don't handle today, the moment that we find out, okay, you haul X, Y, or Z, our sales team is able to go into the Welltrax portal. They can create the commodity. They can build out all the customized forms based upon the bill of lading that the prospect provides to us. And they can create a customized demo literally same day or within 24 hours to show them exactly how the workflow will work for their particular business.
Wow, that is impressive. And I know that we have a lot of WolfePak customers right now, and again, one of the reasons that we found the Welltrax opportunity so attractive is we have a solution on the market today, but it primarily does crude, and we have customers that are hauling water, that are hauling sand, and a lot of times it's the crude haulers that have diversified themselves into these different markets. And to be able to offer our customers now a complete solution to handle all of their different business lines it's something that we're really excited about.
Exactly. We're excited too.
So, Nick, speaking of being excited, what has you the most excited about combining WolfePak with Welltrax?
I think it's all about creating sort of an end-to-end integrated solution. So obviously, WolfePak is a market leader in accounting, finance, mobile, and document management. And Welltrax obviously is sort of a leader in bulk commodity transportation management. So bringing those two solutions together in an integrated fashion, I think is going to provide a tremendous amount of value to our customers.
I could not agree more. I'm very excited about being able to provide our customers with that fully integrated solution.
And then if you think about sort of visibility, now having all of the transportation management data, you have all of your ERP data. And so getting that visibility through obviously the WolfePak business intelligence tool, through the Welltrax intelligence tool, bringing that all together sort of provides end-to-end full visibility to the supply chain to our customers.
Yep, could not agree more.
All right, so Brent, I'll turn the question around to you. So what has you most excited about the acquisition?
Yeah, well, I mean, like you, I'm very excited about being able to provide a complete and integrated solution, not only to our existing crude hauler customers, but to our water haulers, our sand haulers, our service companies that are out there. That had us really, really excited. And also like you, I believe, Welltrax just fits in so well with our overall strategy of automating, the workflow and information from the field into the back office, and then providing that out, providing the reporting and the analytics and the visibility across all those systems so that our customers can make more informed decisions about their business. It fits very well into our WolfePak Anywhere strategy. We're going to be releasing a product called WolfePak Intelligence that we previewed a couple of months ago at NATE. It fits in very well with the WolfePak Intelligence story. And again, it's just another piece in the puzzle as we build WolfePak to being a provider of real business automation cloud solutions to independent oil and gas companies. But the other two things that have me excited, one of them is that we own the data stream on both sides of the equation, right? So now WolfePak, WolfePak, one company, is able to make sure that the data that we're getting from the field, i.e. through Welltrax, which by the way does a wonderful job of validating data, is proper and valid whenever it shows up to the WolfePak Anywhere ERP system. And we've seen so many of our larger customers struggle with that, where they've implemented a ticketing system that really doesn't enforce strict validation rules. So they end up getting bad data into their ERP system. And that means either they have to employ a staff of people to go in there and clean it up. That's the best case. The worst case is they miss it and they end up sending out errant invoices, or they don't get paid what they're owed, and sometimes they pay their vendors too much because they have bad data coming into the system. So just being able to control the quality of the data between the field and the back office, I think is really, really exciting. And then the other thing that I've mentioned a couple of times, just the ability to provide our customers that haul things other than just crude oil with a solution has us really excited as well.
Couldn't agree more, Brent.
All right, Nick. So where can folks go to find out more about the WolfePak and Welltrax acquisition?
Yeah, so Brent, they can visit obviously WolfePak's website. Under the product section, there's a Welltrax page that has all the features and benefits. They can view the press release that WolfePak sent out. They can do social media, or they can contact WolfePak at sales@wolfepak.com.
Very good. And also, we released a frequently asked questions document. I think it's referenced in the press release. We'll have it referenced on the WolfePak website as well.
Awesome.
Well, Nick, thank you so much for your time today. I know that this won't be the last time that you'll be on WolfePak Wednesdays. We got a lot of topics to go dive in, but it's been a hectic couple of days here, getting through the acquisition and doing the initial transition work. So really do appreciate you taking out the time to spend with me for this WolfePak Wednesday.
Really appreciate it, Brent. Thank you so much for having me.
Very good. Well, that's a wrap for this week's edition of WolfePak Wednesdays. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you again next WolfePak Wednesday.